Greetings guys and gals, this is XIJABERWALKIX bringing you the best in esports. Today we have Starcraft Broodwar, the Shinhan Proleague. This is going to be SKT1 versus Air Force Ace Set 2. Air Force Ace is up 1-0, or SKT rather is up 1-0, not surprisingly, on Air Force Ace. This is going to be Bisu versus Iris. And, you know, Iris is going to be spawning at the top right as the Terran player, and at the bottom left is going to be the red Protoss Bisu. And Bisu, as you guys always know, is my favorite player, so I just love casting his games. And honestly, I just love casting PvT in general. So it looks like Iris is going to be playing in white. And if you look at the statistics, it looks as though it's pretty close between these two players, actually. It's 7-6 in favor of Bisu, obviously, but very, very close in this particular matchup. And I'm almost positive this didn't have a map tag on it, but I'm almost positive this is going to be on Grandline SE. And so we see that pylon going on at the north, but not where we usually see it to get that extra mining. And that supply depot is going in a kind of strange position as well, not in the southern position as we see to get that extra mining. Obviously, I don't know if that's exactly true, but I know that the SCVs do pop out at the bottom left-hand side of the base. It's not like StarCraft 2 where they just pop out of anywhere, and so if you put that supply depot at the bottom, I think it would force them to spawn a little bit to the right. At any rate, we have a barracks going down for Iris, and before this game gets started just too much, I want to kind of take back something I said. I was kind of giving wow, he's going for a gas very early, but I wanted to take back what I said about Artosis and Tasteless. I said that I didn't really like their style of commentary, and while it's not like it's not that I don't like it, it's just different. You know, the type of commentary that me and Husky, and not that I'm putting myself on the same level as Husky by any means, because you know, all of them are way superior than me. But just to give you guys an idea, like Moletrap and Diggity and pretty much all the YouTube commentators are a lot different than the way that Tasteless and Artosis commentate. Tasteless and Artosis commentate more in the way that you know, pro sports commentators commentate. You know, for football, you know, they'll say the play will start. He says, draws back, looks around. You know, like that, it's kind of slower. It's not fast paced, and there's not a lot of insight in it. But it's like it flows with the game very well, I think. And so that's just that. It's just different. It's not bad or anything. I'll retract my previous statement. I actually did get to see the entire series of GSL 3 finals, and it was freaking awesome. You guys should check it out if you have not. It was epic, and I honestly loved it. And you know, my opinion on Artosis and Tasteless has kind of changed, although I still think that you know, if you tried out two different commentators and see how that goes, that would be pretty cool as well. Still love Tasteless and Artosis, and all the commentators that are helping esports, you know, kind of get bigger. Anyways, we have 1 Rax in the CC for Iris, and he is also getting his gas very standard after that. After that CC, Cybernetics core is spinning, so we're going to see some Dragoon range. 1 Dragoon is out already, trying to push in with those Zealot and that probe. They're very standard from Bisu here. He's going to try to deny this scout. Going to be able to. Very nice block by Bisu. And going to be able to take down this SCV, I believe, and deny that scout from Iris. Rax is floating. He also has a bunker at his front, so he's going to be able to deter any type of attack until that Dragoon range is up. Once that Dragoon range is up, he's going to be in a little bit of trouble until his siege tanks come out. But other than that, not too much deviation. Those Marines just getting in the bunker just in time. Bisu sees this. He's gonna have to back up his probe. Doesn't want to go in there unnecessarily and lose his probe for absolutely no reason. Bisu is definitely known for keeping his probes alive forever. Factory going down for Iris as well, and Bisu sees that this front is kind of very well guarded, and so he's not going to go for a very early timing push. He's going to instead go for his expansion at his natural. Cybernetics core still spinning, so does not have Dragoon range as of yet. Also going for a robotics. Super standard game. No DT rushes this time. I was going to say fellas, but then I kind of said folks. But really what I meant is no DT rushes at the end of the day. And these Dragoons are going to be attacking this bunker, and the SCVs are going to have to be pulled off the line to repair. Once that factory is done and Siege Tech is upgraded, he's going to be able to deter that, but he's going to need to get his he's going to need to get his siege tank out. First of all, another Dragoon coming in here. Probe at the 12 o'clock. Wonder if he's going to try to double expand. That would be really, really risky move from Bisu. But Bisu is known for going for very risky, very, very risky builds and kind of, just risky moves altogether. That Zealot's not going to be able to deny that Scout. That Scout is going to get in the base. Unfortunately, probably should have put a Dragoon there. But he did send all of his Dragoons to go attack that bunker. And so the SCV is going to see the Robo. He's going to see pretty much everything that Bisu has, including his expansion. But, the expansion could be definitely have guessed. You could have guessed that Bisu was going to go for expansion at his natural. Nothing too big there. The Zealot's still going to be following that SCV around for quite some time. Observatory going up as well. This Dragoon is going to be able to deter this SCV, probably take it down, and it does. We have the, I'm assuming we have an academy as well, but I'm assuming that this siege tank is going to be upgraded to siege mode pretty soon, but that tank needs to be very, very careful not to get picked off, because that's devastating. If you lose that first tank, that is just so, so terrible, man. Very, very bad. It looks like we have a robotic support going up as well, so he's going to be going for... He actually went for shuttle first, surprisingly. He probably just wanted that observatory just in case there were mines out or something like that, but knowing that he didn't go for mines, he probably opted to go for the shuttle and the Reaver before observer is what I'm assuming. Although I could get absolutely owned and he could already have the observer out, but I don't think so. He got that shuttle out fairly quickly after that robotics was up. That base for Bisu is now up and running. And we have 2 factories down for Iris with machine shops, as well as an engineering bay going down as well, so he's going to be able to deter any type of drop. Hopefully, if he puts his turrets in the right position. We have another base going down for Bisu at that bottom left corner, and so pretty much we're seeing kind of the standard PVT matchup. Reaver now out for Bisu, and he's going to go in here immediately, I believe, just because he's got to know the timing, and he knows that that engineering bay is not yet done. He's going to have to crawl over to the map because that shuttle is so slow, unfortunately. We have an armory going up for Iris as well, so he might be going for some Goliaths or maybe going for upgrades. He really could do either at this point in the game, though. I don't really think he needs to go too Goliath heavy, as he hasn't seen any starport tech or anything like that. Dragoons versus Goliaths isn't really that much of a fair fight in terms of numbers. In terms of even numbers, rather. Excuse me. And, Zealots against Goliaths is even worse. But here comes the shuttle. There is a turret at the bottom there. So Bisu needs to be very careful not to lose that shuttle with the Reaver inside. That would just be absolutely devastating. We have a command center being built in base. Probably going to go towards that 9 o'clock or possibly even a 3. But Bisu does have a probe there. Comset going off at that 9 o'clock position, making sure that Bisu is not like incredibly at like 4 bases or something. Probably has already comsetted the 7 o'clock position is what I'm assuming. Not entirely sure there. Needs to be very careful not to lose his Reaver because he only has Reaver. He doesn't have a Zealot to take the first hit from that siege tank. Didn't put a Zealot in that shuttle as far as I know. Observer is out now, and he's going for his forge, going to get some upgrades. Probably not any cannons in his base, doesn't really have a reason to. Also going for a Citadel of a Dune to get some Zealot speed, so he can do Zealot bombs and just rush in there, like the Protoss are so likely to do. Goliath's now out, so I get owned yet again. Probably to deter some shuttle play is what I'm assuming. Doesn't need to go super Goliath heavy. I think though, 2, 3, or 4 Goliaths would be just fine. Puts down the Zealots. Needs to put down. Oh man, nice Zealot bomb there. Almost taking out the tank, but not quite. That tank is going to live another day. Going to be able to be repaired, and the Marines and the Goliath kind of chase off that shuttle, and here comes the SCV to repair it. He has the engineering bay as well as the command center floating away, so he's going to be at 3 bases momentarily. Also building more missile turrets, and not much else going on. Just a little bit of harassment. We have a Templar Archives and a Starport, which only means he's going to go for that Arbiter Tribunal just now. Yep. And so we're going to see Arbiter play, which is what I like a lot better than Carriers, as you guys all know. That Observer might get picked off, not just yet. Bisu smartly putting a... Oh man, but it does get picked off 2 seconds later. Bisu smartly putting a pylon at that 12 o'clock position just to delay any type of expansion just for a little bit. Looks like we have Vulture upgrades, or possibly just like speed, or mines, or charm boosters. Any of that combination it could be. I'm assuming it's going to be charm boosters and mines, though, to be completely honest. Looks like Bisu might be trying to take that 6 o'clock base and just crazy expand. We have a Comsat station going down for Iris, so he's got to know that Arbiter's on their way. He's probably scanned it, is what I'm assuming. I just heard a scan. Don't know where that went. The observer didn't look at it, but I heard it nonetheless, and so I'm just going to assume that he knows that he's going Arbiters. And we're just gonna go from there. He obviously knows he probably obviously knows he's not gonna go with carriers. 3 more warp gates, or gateways rather, warping in, and he is gonna take that 6 o'clock base. It looks like Bisu is gonna try to do a little bit of contain here. Don't know how well this is gonna work just because of those siege tanks. He's gonna be able to just kind of sit outside, but it's not really gonna be contained because you know, I think that Iris can really move out whenever he wants. Bisu just doesn't have the critical amount of forces to do a contain. This is kind of the transition phase for the Protoss when they're a little bit weaker. Is able to pick off 1 Vulture, is also going to be able to pick off those mines with that Observer. But yeah, transition phase for the Protoss. If Iris moved in here, he would be able to do a lot of damage, although there are a lot of Dragoons, so he needs to be very advised not to do that. Cannon's morphing in at that 6 o'clock as well, so he doesn't get harassed too much. These Dragoons are going to be able to take down 1 and 2 of the Vultures, but also losing his probe, so he's going to have to send a probe over there. He is making a lot of Zealots, going really Zealot heavy with some of his army, and there is a lot of mech out for Iris as well. So we're going to just have to see how this plays out. Getting another armory for some more upgrades. So he's going to go very mech heavy. Not going to go for a starport or anything. Just going to go straight mech. A lot of siege tanks impending, and this is what I was talking about. This is timing push is going to be really effective before the Arbiter comes out. This is going to pretty much decide the game, whether the Bisu can stall long enough for his Arbiter to come out or not, because he really, it doesn't even matter what the Arbiter comes out. It matters when he has stasis. I hope I said that right. Stasis. Because I've been corrected about 500 times on stasis, and I really hope that I said it right this time. So I'm going to say stasis, and if I'm wrong, then, wow, owned, GG. But here comes Bisu here with his Arbiter. Don't know if he has stasis up, but he is attacking with a lot of units. Comsat going down for Iris, but he's backing up at the same time, losing a lot of units to those mines. Here comes the Reaver as well. There's a lot of units. They're not sieged up. Here comes Bisu, though. Bisu just has so many units. He's just overpowering Iris, just doing so much damage with those Scarabs and that Reaver, man. He's just got so many Dragoons. He's going to be able to do a lot. Siege tanks sieging up. They're popping Dragoons, but there's just too many Dragoons in the area. You can hear the fans clapping. They know that Iris is on the edge of his seat, man, because he's about to get owned. His army just got completely owned. Iris in a ton of trouble, and Bisu moving in here, doing a very nice job of attacking when he got the Arbiter, was able to hold it off. Honestly, I think that Iris should have attacked a little bit sooner, just so he would have attacked when Bisu did not have the Arbiter. But as a Terran player, you kind of want to have the opponent attack you, since you want your siege tanks to already be sieged up. You don't want to take the time to siege them up, because the Zealots can just run in there and things can drop on you and stuff like that. Anyways, Bisu's continuing to move in here. It looks like Iris tried to pick up that 12 o'clock base, but, you know, that's not going to happen. He actually built it kind of on the side of that pylon, didn't even, you know, destroy it. He just kind of ignored it all completely. This command center is going to have to be canceled. The SCV goes down, and that base is denied. So pretty much we're at 3 bases to 4 in favor of Bisu. That's not where you want to be as the Terran player. You can play 3 to 4 as Terran. Pretty much the only race you can, but it's very hard. You'd have to be someone like Flash to do so. We saw earlier a starport control tower and a science vessel, which means science vessels. Science vessels are very useful in TVP versus pretty much everything, because they can use EMP, and they can also see things that are for the Arbiter. I apologize if you can hear my dog barking. He's going crazy for some odd reason, but here comes Bisu defending his base, doing a very nice job here. He also has an army in the middle, just picking off some mines slowly but surely. And honestly, I think that unless Iris is able to get off a ridiculous EMP on the Arbiter and the units, that Bisu's pretty much got this one wrapped up. He is at 3 bases to 4, probably going to expand to that 9 o'clock as well. It looks like Iris is trying to take that bottom right base, and Bisu does see this, so Bisu's going to be able to, oh man, but losing a Dragoon and taking hits on the Dragoon from those mines, he needs to be very careful not to lose those units. There's a ton of mines in the field, and if he starts losing units to mines, that's going to be very devastating. It looks like good stasis, I almost said status, stasis, good stasis there by Bisu, probably going to put another one on. It looks like the EMP is not yet researched, or it didn't go off. or something, but very good stasis by Bisu, and Bisu's just going to come in here, rock all the units that are not stasis, surround the units that are, wait till they unfreeze, and he's going to be able to take out this entire army, and I'm just assuming that there's going to be a GG anytime soon. Bisu just absolutely owning, defense major going on that tank, and that tank is going to actually be a little bit of a hassle, but not too much. I mean, he's going to be able to pick it off fairly easily. There goes the tank, and Iris looking a little bit worried, man. I don't really like his haircut. I think he should grow out his hair. He looks kind of like a panda bear, teddy bear thing. Maybe a character in Kung Fu Panda, but at the very least, I think he needs to grow out his hair a little bit. But I know you guys are all going to say he can't because he plays for Air Force Ace, and yes, I know that all the Air Force Ace players have to have short hair. You know, it's kind of standard for them to have short hair. They're required to have short hair. I know this, so please don't send me a bunch of comments telling me that the Air Force Ace players have to have short hair, because I know. Anyways, here comes some more zealots coming in here. Pretty much all of the extended bases for Iris are lifted up, and so he's not getting any mining at that natural, well, that second natural, or at that 12 o'clock position. Unfortunately, I don't even know if he's mining at the bottom right. So this is just very, very bad for him. He has low mineral income, very, very low production, and oh, another stasis going on, one tank, man. But you know, honestly, I think Bisu should control his army a little bit better. Right now, he's just kind of attacking random stuff, which is, you know, could be a very, very big mistake for him. Looks like Zealots popping from those mines, but also taking some vultures with them. These two arbiters are just being so annoying. This command center is going to go down. Here comes some vultures. Going to try to pick off these dragoons, but I don't think they're going to be able to. It looks like they're laying down some mines. Probably going to be able to do some mine drags into those vultures. But all three of those dragoons go down, and so Iris is still in it. But once Bisu's reinforcements come in, he's definitely not going to be able to do anything with this. At the very least. Here comes Bisu's army reinforcing, and it looks like he's picking up that 5:30 base, 5 o'clock base probably as well. He's going to be able to take down this command center at the 12. And honestly, I don't know why Iris hasn't GG'd yet. I mean, yeah, he's playing Bisu, but really this isn't that much of an important game. He's just trying to do something with these vultures. These vultures aren't going to be very good at all. They're just going to be able to lay down mines for a little while, and then that's going to be pretty much it, because Bisu's just going to come in here with a bunch of zealots and dragoon forces, going to be able to take down pretty much everything. He's not even mining at that bottom right base anymore, and really I think Iris should just GG. This is getting kind of ridiculous, to say the very least. I mean, he's staying in here for absolutely no reason. I can see why. I mean, Iris, you know, Iris has always been on the cusp of being a quote-unquote good player, but never quite been one of the. He's kind of been always under the radar, and you know, beating Bisu right now when Bisu's at his prime can definitely help him out and getting his name out there. But GG coming from Iris. Nice job by Bisu yet again, and so that's set 2, guys. GG, lates.